God damn, boy, that shit is crazy. Trying to figure out, man. Wow. Oh, wow, my God. This shit crazy.
Well, Rachel Carlos Coy showed absolutely no emotion as the judge read the sentence.
Hold on, give me a second, give me a second. Oh, not SP, bro. SPM, man. So, look, I'm going to say this right now. I fuck with SPM's music, but him as a human being, he's a piece of shit, bro. On facts, nigga. I don't give a fuck what nigga got to say. Niggas going to be fanboying out about all the shit. They going to get mad as hell. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. I like his music, nigga, just like R. Kelly shit. You might like that nigga music, but him as a human being, he's one big piece of shit. Go fuck, nigga. And you know his ass been on fucking what's it called? What's it called? Where they put you by yourself, where all the rats at and shit. Forgot what that's called. Where they had 6ix9ine at. That's where he at. That's where he been in prison at, nigga. You know that shit. He was trying to keep him away from all the fucking the other prisoners, cause they was gonna kill his ass, man. Cause his ass is crazy, but like I didn't even know that, bro. I was a kid listening to his shit. I didn't even know to the full extent what was happening. Till I did my research, then I'm like, oh wow, this nigga is a piece of fucking shit. Wow, nigga. I'm gonna say that right now, man. SP, man, I love your music, man. Your music is hard, bro. You a hard ass artist, man. You done got me through some rough ass times. On facts, your music forever gonna ring in my DNA. But the shit you did as a man, as a human being, I'm not rocking with, man. A 30-something-year-old man fucking on the 13-year-old man. Niggas like that need to be put inside that, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, you're not seeing tomorrow.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
What you talking about? You gonna be inside that mud, boy. You gonna be mud dropping, man. You gonna be out here deep sleeping. You gonna be sleeping for centuries, nigga. Ain't no coming back from that. Facts, nigga. 30-something-year-old, fuck yeah. That's, nah, nigga. We're not rocking with that, bro. SPM, your music forever gonna live on. But what you did as a human being also, too, it's forever gonna live on. Niggas gonna see both sides of the shit and gonna be like, wow. Why niggas do that shit to themselves? Why? It's always the most talented motherfuckers, too. It's always the niggas that got most talent. They always fuck themselves over. They always do the weirdest shit ever. Why you gotta do that shit, man? You had all the money, all the clout, all the things. You could have any woman in the world. You decided to have a 13-year-old girl. It's crazy, boy.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop.
My Jesus, bro, that shit's crazy. How the fuck you ain't know that girl was 13 years old? And then they like to say, oh, cause she was in strip club working. How the fuck you 13-year-old working at a strip club? What sense does that make? And you can't tell the difference between a 13-year-old and a 20-year-old, 18-year-old. You can't tell the difference. Cause I can. I definitely can. I can be like,
no ma'am, let me see your ID now. Where's that? I need that right now. I need that paper right now. Let me see that fax. You see the papers? You see the documents right here, papers? Where them papers at? I need them papers in my face like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Like I said, I rock with SPM's music, but the shit he did as a human being, he is a piece of shit, man. He deserves to be locked up. He don't deserve to come out at all, man. Facts, that's how I feel about it. Is like, oh, he don't get his time. No, the nigga deserves to have more time. 45 years, he just deserves, nigga. Even most of the files don't get this shit, but we got it because it's a rapper. That's why. He's trying to make it seem like he's a rapper. You say he's a rapper, you can't get away with the pedal shit. I'm rocking with that bitch. She should get all the pedal, but she should get all pedal 50 years though. Nigga, not just the niggas that's famous because you want to make a statement. Oh man, if you gonna give him 50 years, you might as well give the rest of these pedals 50 years too. Facts, man. Give the rest of these niggas 50 years. Don't just give the fucking famous ones 50 years. Give all of them shit. They deserve to end that shit for life.
Well, Rachel, Carlos Coy showed absolutely no emotion as the judge read the sentence of 45 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Now, at one point, Coy turned around to his family and he mouthed, "I'll be all right." Then he turned away. That's when Judge Mark Ellis called him up to the stand. He literally read him the right act. 2.5 hours total to convict Carlos Coy and sentence him to 45 years in prison. Coy did not show much emotion when the judge read his sentence.
Baby Bash wasn't there for my situation. You know what I'm saying? My mom was 13. How the fuck could he be there? You know what I'm saying? My mom saw the Vlad interview. She was pissed. She wanted to call Vlad and do her own interview. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to tell her story. Cause Bash was bashing her. You don't bash my mom, bro, and you lying on my mom. You speaking on my mom and you lying on my mom.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Carlos Coy was born on October 5th, 1970 in Houston, Texas. His father was an ex-Marine from the Falfurrias community in Brooks County, while his mother was a school dropout who dropped out of high school in order to marry his father. Unfortunately, the marriage crumbled only 3 years after Coy's birth, with his older sister Sylvia taking the motherly role in the household. During an interview, she often referred to herself as his mother/sister, explaining, "Because we come from a broken home, my mom always worked, but we were never on welfare. She always worked to save the house, and I took care of Carlos." Growing up with no father figure wasn't easy on Carlos. According to his sister, he took the divorce much harder than the older siblings, including his older brother, Arthur Jr. She remembers him being a little wild kid who was always getting into trouble. Due to his behavior, he bounced around different elementary schools as a youngster. Despite all of it, he took a great interest in skateboarding, self-proclaiming himself as the best skateboarder in the neighborhood and was starting to become more familiar with music. At his mother's request, Carlos took up piano classes, but he didn't find it interesting, and not long after, he dropped out. Thankfully, he managed to find another instrument, violin, and the story was much different. According to him, he was something of a prodigy, gaining admittance to the Music Magnet program at Welsh Middle School. Within a year, he passed up several kids who had been practicing since kindergarten, with music teachers refusing to believe that he had been playing for only a year. Unfortunately, the family had to move to a different neighborhood, and his passion for violin soon became replaced with breakdancing. They moved from Southeast Houston to South Park, a neighborhood that was predominantly African American. During an interview, Coy recalled being the only Hispanic in his new Woodston Middle School. "I thought breakdancing was going to be my future. When that went out of style, I was left without a job." Despite ethnic differences, he fit in well with the young social rebels. By the age of 13, he started drinking, smoking weed, and doing crimes around the neighborhood, which also included selling crack cocaine. According to him, he had problems in school due to 3 Gs: gangs, grudges, and girls. In 1987, he was once again thrown out of high school, but this time for assaulting a female student. He started attending an alternative school, but at the age of 17, while still being a freshman, he decided to drop out for good. During an interview with Houston Press, he said, "One more year in high school and I would've went to jail for f***ing all of those little young."
What's this, you fucking piece of shit? What's this? Huh? What's this, motherfucker? What's this? Huh? What's this? What the fuck is this, motherfucker? Huh? What's this?
Man,
after he quit high school, life didn't become much easier than he expected.
The type of shit he said, man, he exposed himself a long time ago, bro. Boy exposed himself a long time ago. And I don't want to hear them dick riding ass SPM fans talking about some.
Oh, he just said that just cause he want to say some wild shit.
Hey, who the fuck says that shit to say some wild shit, man? That's nothing you say, man. That's fucked up. Talking about some I was another year in high school. I wanted to win jail the fuck up. What the fuck kind of shit? Who the hell says that shit, man? Only Pedal says that type of shit, man. What the hell, bro?
Well, there's something I gotta tell you. Is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on how you get 0 bitches.
He managed to get his GED and enrolled at San Jacinto Junior College. He wanted the business associate's degree, but unfortunately failed all 5 of his classes and ultimately dropped out. While his reasoning was that he never did his homework and a burgeoning interest in golf cut into his attendance, the reality was that he was now a full-grown man who had to do something in order to make money. His older brother worked at a chemical plant and found him a job there. While Coy gave his best, he quickly understood that that wasn't a career path for him. Due to low pay and sensitive skin, which led to him getting a lot of rashes, he left the job not long after. Unemployed again, Coy fell for a spiel to get rich quick, selling perfume to strangers at malls and door to door. Although he says he was good at it and sold a lot of perfume, he wasn't making the money. His bosses were. Fed up with all of it, he decided to turn to one job he's been doing since the
My boy hit that pyramid scheme, man. That nigga was in on that pyramid scheme shit. That motherfucker was involved with a pyramid scheme. That's why y'all ain't making no money. That's why them boys on top was making all the dough. He was out there having had your ass promote this shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting themselves. You was the fucking worker. You was the goddamn street soldier. And they was hustling your ass to get that money. That shit crazy. They had pyramid schemes back in the 90s. Crazy.
Which was selling drugs. By the early 1990s, the crack epidemic was still a big problem in the United States. It emerged in the early 80s, and throughout that decade, it affected people from all the major cities, especially its inner city neighborhoods. With all of that in mind, drug dealer, and would even boast about it later in life, claiming to have
had to do what we had to do. I ain't never got involved with that coke, man. This shit, some other level shit.
Have sold only the best uncut coke at the time. According to him, his crack dealing only lasted less than a year after he faced the reality of street life. During a couple of interviews, he mentions about being robbed by known killers at the time who didn't pull the trigger when they had him on the ground, awaiting the execution style hit.
Bro.
I was tired of selling crack to your homeboy's mom. I was tired of looking at dope fiends being pregnant, trying to buy dope.
You know God on your side when some shit like that happens, you don't die, man. You know God is on your side right there, man. God was looking out for you right there, man. If you don't believe in God, that shit right there should give you the strength to believe in something bigger than yourself. Something like that happens to you. I mean, something like that happens to me. I'm like, who the fuck out there doing that for me, man? Who the fuck is out there looking out for me? I be looking at the sky like, bro, you serious? I should have been out there, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple shits like that where I should have been out of there. You know what I mean? I got a couple stories like that where I should have been out of there, man. I survived that shit. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I survived that, man. Whoever up top looking out for me, I appreciate you, Cuddy. I appreciate you, man.
I've seen my homeboys getting shot and killed, set up for murder, getting jacked to their cocaine. Well, it's up for debate if that was the time he stopped dealing drugs. His life sure changed. After getting robbed of his cocaine, Coy sold the cars he bought with drug money and paid up the few grand he owed to his supplier. He moved into a trailer park owned by his mother and hunkered down. He lived off small loans from his brother and pork and beans eaten straight from the can. Thankfully, he kept his hustle's mentality and knew that there had to be a way out. Music would once again find a way back to Coy's life, but in a very extraordinary way. According to Coy himself, one day while sitting in his trailer, he was on the verge of giving up and getting back into his old ways. He picked up his phone and halfway to dialing his connection to get $100 worth of crack rocks, phone fell out of his fingers and he collapsed on his knees in a prayer. I said, Jesus, I don't want to slang dope no more. I don't want to work for a white man for $6 an hour and get treated like a worthless. I am a worthless. I just don't want to be treated like one. I didn't want to work for no. I don't want to work for a white man for $6 an hour and get treated like a worthless. I am a worthless. For $6 an hour and get treated like a worthless. I am a worthless.
He called himself a
I just don't want to be treated. I just don't want to be treated like one. I didn't want to work for no champ change, you know. I've always known that I had something great in my mind. I could have been the best supervisor at Kmart. He asked God for a sign. Coy collected himself, picked up the remote, and zapped it at the TV. The first thing that popped up on the screen was an ad by the music agency, which read 3 huge letters: Rap. While the legitimacy of the story could be questioned, He took it as a sign and started to get back into music. Gangsta rap has already established itself as the most dominant subgenre.
I don't believe that, bro. That's too much of a coincidence. All that happened to you at the same time? Yeah, right, nigga. Probably happened different days, but I don't think it happened all in the same day. I don't believe that.
Dominating the chart.
You lying? I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Nationwide.
Yeah, right.
With Koi's event for life, it seemed like he was cut perfect for it, but he decided to start with a little bit different and unusual approach. Befitting his conversion in front of TV, Koi initially became a Christian rapper. However, his gospel rap lapsed within months after he went head-to-head at a party with a secular rapper. I did my rap, and people were laughing at me.
Boo! You stink!
Then this guy, who I knew hadn't done the kind of things I'd done in the streets or been to half of what I had, rapped that he was going to kill my mama and put her body in the trunk of his car.
Wow!
Everybody at the party cheered him. From that moment, Koi learned his first lesson: shit and attracts fans, milk and honey don't. Armed with his new philosophy, Koi wrote 6 songs. To set them to beats which cost money, he turned to his last $900 from the dope dealing. He ordered 100 tapes, paid $130 for them, and was in the business. He set the price at $5, and now the only part left was to find somebody who would give him a shot. The project was called Hillwood, which would later become his solo debut album. Thankfully, his experience as a perfume salesman and genius of street hustler came into play. He started hitting the lowrider car shows, car washes, convenience stores, flea markets, anywhere that he could find potential buyers. Even grandmothers got the pitch from the smooth-talking stranger. He would ask if their grandkids were fans of rap, and kept talking until he pocketed the money. He continued to sell tape around town for almost 2.5 years before opening his own record label called Dope House Records, along with his brother Arthur. In 1997, Koi began working on his next album, which he released on March 3rd, 1998. The album was called Hustletown. And soon became a huge deal for his success. The album spawned a hit single called Merry Go Round, which was not only an underground hit that broke him out of Texas, but also caught the attention of Southwest Wholesale, an independent distributor in Houston, which soon offered him a deal.
With the green voodoo, you love when my boys coming.
That's a choo-choo.
Oh, hell no!
Becoming bigger and bigger, his family started grabbing their executive titles on Dope House Records, with SPM himself assuming the humble mantle of the Don of Dope House Records and music engineer with PhD in rapology. Throughout the next couple of years, SPM's notoriety spread, and soon enough, he carefully locked up the regional rap market. As his stardom grew, he edged toward becoming another cultural icon for expanding Hispanic awareness and started to see his role in quasi-messianic terms. He believed he was the one to bring them that respectability as his own commercial success mounted. He bragged about going from $400 a month in album sales to $40,000 monthly. After his release of Hustletown, SPM released 2 more albums, Power Moves, The Table, in
Well, he is a piece of shit, but you gotta respect the man hustle, man. He out here hustling.
98.
That boy was out there hustling, trying to get them tapes off the ground. That boy was out there hustling, trying to get that shit off the ground.
And Latin Throne in 19.
That boy was out there in them streets, trying to get them street sales, man. Well, I would have did the same shit too, man. Would have been crazy in them street sales. Boy, I would have been out there in that corner looking for the grannies. Hey, man, your grandchildren like that rap? No, your grandchildren love rap. Listen to this right here. I'll give you a little taste. You know what I'm saying? They come back. I got something better for their ass.
99. While both of them performed really well regionally, it wasn't until the release of his 4th studio album.
90s covers is crazy. Look at them 90s. That was that fucking 90s shit right there. What the fuck? That was that Master P ass fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Master P and all them shits, man. You go back in the 90s, they all got the same cover arts and shit, bro. Everybody got the same shit. Master P, who else, man? 3 6 Mafia and all them shits, man. Back in the 90s, man. The independent shits. That's how them shits we looking like. The low budget shits, man. You know that shit raw when it's low budget looking. The more low budget it looks, the more raw that song is.
Called The Third Wish, to rock the world, that he started to gain some mainstream success. The album featured one of his biggest singles to date, titled High So High.
I'ma roll with these flows till them hoes start clacking. Put them on their back, gotta ask them what happened. Homie, what's cracking?
The single even reached
Man,
the
why'd you crack that hoe, man? That hoe look like it's crackable. What the fuck?
his biggest singles to date, titled High So High.
I'ma roll with these foes till them hoes start clacking. Put them on their bang, gotta ask them what happened. Homie, what's cracking?
Boy, I would've cracked me something like that. Boy, you wanna crack little 13-year-olds. Boy, you tweaking, boy. I bet he tried to do
The
that,
single
but he got denied like a
even reached the
motherfucker.
Billboard chart, peaking at
You try to crack something like that, he got denied like a motherfucker.
number
I bet
50,
you.
which
I'ma roll with these foes till them hoes start clacking. Put them on their bang, gotta ask them what happened. Homie, what's cracking?
the single even reached the Billboard chart, peaking at number 50, which led to grabbing the attention of Universal Music Group. They saw a lot of potential in SPM and decided to sign him as an artist. The deal propelled SPM and Dope House Records to the next level, with the deal bringing in an advance of more than $500,000. Suddenly, SPM was everywhere. Texas Monthly Magazine selected Coy as one of the voices of a new generation, labeling him as a breakout star on the rise. Throughout multiple interviews, he continued to talk about Hispanic heritage and tried to inspire the youth by saying, "A lot of Mexican American kids have low self-esteem, so I let them know that they can do more than just work like an animal for peanuts." The shows continued to grow each month, with Coy giving a speech before each one about the virtues of staying in school and away from crack, keeping out of gangs, getting a job, glories of families, and responsible parenthood. With his music career gaining massive momentum, he continued to release more albums. Under Universal, he released 3 albums, 2 in 2000 called the Purity Album and Time Is Money, and 1 in 2001 called Never Change. While all of the albums only reached mediocre success, it helped SPM to fully solidify his name in the music scene. But while his life was seemingly going in the right direction, touring across the country and reaching the heights he never dreamed of, the world would very soon get a deep dive into his dark and disturbing reality. On a hot 2000 July day, the deputy constable from Precinct 1 pulled up to the Dope House Records headquarters on Central Street. The officer carried court papers that were part of a past returning to haunt him. In April of that year, Jill Odom, a former girlfriend, filed a lawsuit seeking to have Coy formally declared the father of a son, Jordan Dominic Odom, and to have him begin paying child support.
Damn.
While every family has their problems, and in a typical scenario, it wouldn't raise any questions, this one was far from regular. You see, at the time when she filed the lawsuit, Jill was 20 years old, and the child who she claimed to be SPM's son was 6 years old, meaning that at the time when she gave birth,
The time she gave birth, sis. Man, she was 14, bitch. What the fuck, man? Oh my god, you're fucking disgusting, bro.
Ew, that's disgusting!
Jill had to be no more than 14, and Coy around 23 years old. Later during the testimony, she claimed that they started dating when she was only 13 years old, with him being her first sexual partner and using no protection during the act. After she got pregnant, Coy offered to marry
Agitate ass niggas, man. Wow. Boy, these niggas love taking virginities. Wow. Oh, man, these boys gonna make me throw up, bro. Oh, my God. Why, nigga? Why? You can't get nothing that's your age, bro. You can't get nothing that was your fucking age range, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, my God, bro. That shit disgusting, man. I don't even like fucking with a girl that's 19. If you're not at least 20 plus up, I'm not fucking with that on facts, bro. I don't even like fucking with a girl that's 18, 19. That shit make me feel disgusted with myself. I do. I be looking at myself in the mirror like, Jesus Christ, boy, you is disgusting. For real, nigga. I'm not like at least 20, man. I'm not fucking with it, man.
Oh, neighbor. Hey, that gonna make me throw up. Oh my god, make me throw up.
It was quickly nixed by her parents, who refused to have anything to do with him. Jill surprisingly didn't shy away from praising him for his informal support of herself and the child, saying if I needed something, he would get it. But her lawsuit hardly reflected that Coy had come up with the assistance on a steady basis. After DNA testing to confirm paternity, the settlement called for Coy to pay $28,000 in back child support and $2,000 more for Autumn's prenatal and birth expenses. He was to contribute $1,500 to a college fund for the boy and begin paying $900 monthly in regular child support. At this point, Coy's pension for an underage girl was merely an obscure civil matter and sadly, not the stuff of criminal charges, or at least not yet. Now 20-year-old Jill, during the trial claimed that the rapper may not have known her specific age. Even back then, That argument was hard to accept. According to multiple news sources, Coy did know that she was only a middle school student because Jill testified during the trial that he used to pick her up after her 7th grade classes. Many years later, one of his close friends,
disgusting, my nigga. Oh my god, you made me throw up. Throw up. That's fucking nasty, bro.
And label mates, Baby Bash, during an interview with Vlad TV, tried to clean up SPM's name by claiming,
I ain't gonna lie, Baby Bash, why you running your mouth on about shit you don't know about, man? You running your fucking mouth talking about some shit you don't know about, man. Why you doing that, brody? Now you put shit on your name too, trying to defend a man's name. Let that man defend himself when he get out, man. If they let him get parole, let that man defend himself. You don't need no other person defending him. You gotta defend himself, man. For real, nigga. He probably told you the shit he wanted to tell you, so you could tell it, you know what I'm saying, to the world type shit. If anything ever happened, you ain't tell the full story. Let that man tell the full story of what happened with that 13-year-old, man. Because there's no excusing that. For real, there's no excusing that. 13, 14, bro, that's nasty, bro. That's, that shit made me just roll up, bro. Andrew Tate ass activities, man. Andrew Tate ass activities, man.
That back then, the girl, who was only 13 years old, illegally worked as a stripper at a nightclub, and that when SPM met her, he assumed she was of age due to her working there, and that proceeded to one night stand. In my opinion, this has to be one of the worst tries to cover up your friend, and no man with right mind and intentions would ever mistake a 13-year-old child for a grown woman, especially back in the 1990s. But even according to SPM's Facebook fan page, during one of the interviews, SPM himself claimed that Jill wasn't a stripper when he met her, and denied the claims that he met her at the nightclub. While it may seem like he got away when he met her, and
I keep hearing this thing about Jill being a stripper when I met her, but I never said that. I doubt it's true. She became a stripper later on in life. Oh wow, even the boy that tried to defend your ass, nigga, got the story wrong. Man, you know what I'm saying? Why you talking shit about some shit you don't even know about? Why you defending the man? Let that man defend himself, goddammit. Maybe that's where the confusion came about. I met her through a friend named MC Free. He and I were in a rap group back in 93, 94. I would go to his house in Denver, maybe in Houston. We would work on songs. One night some chicks called his house and wanted to chill. It was Jill, her sister, and some other chick. Me, Jill was just a girl from spend the night every now and then. She had a picture of some black dude in a military uniform, because I thought she was of age. Nigga, why you doing that shit, bro? I read the whole shit. That is fucking weird. He talking about some fry. Might have been smoking fry back then. Man, you go fucking blame that shit on you smoking your brains out, or you fucking doing dumbass shit, man, with your dick. Especially in 1990s, man. And it's not like that nowadays, where it's harder to find out. Back then, you could tell a fucking difference. You could tell it's 1990s, man. You could tell a fucking difference, bro. You had to. Ain't no way. Between her and a grown-ass woman more defined. You know what I'm saying? Them hips is more defined. A 14-year-old barely getting into puberty. Her shit's barely starting to form. Her shit's way smaller. He probably like the petite shit. Nasty ass nigga, man. You a freaky ass nigga. He a 69 guard. Him and Drake need to shake hands, man. He and Drake need to make a song talking about some 69 guards. Facts.
You's a freaky ass nigga. Fuck you mean?
Denied the claims that he met her at the nightclub. While it may seem like he got away easily from a situation the majority of people will find disturbing, to say the least, this was only the start of his worries, and this whole incident will continue to haunt him for years. With all of this starting to get attention from the media, nobody believed that SPM could be a child molester. After all, Coy had an adult partner, Gina Acosta, and together they had 2 children, a boy Carlos Jr. and a daughter, Carly. None of his inner circle supporters believed any of the claims SPM's name was dragged in, with one of them being a longtime friend and homie who had a 9-year-old daughter of his own, the playmate of 6-year-old Coy's daughter Carly. In 2001, during a Labor Day weekend, Carly, her friend, and their mothers, who had been close companions for several years, decided to make the best out of the weekend by going shopping and having dinner at Joe's Crab Shack on the Gulf Freeway. The children had so much fun that they didn't want the fun to end. As her friend's mother drove them home, Koi's daughter asked if the playmate could spend the night. Her mother reluctantly agreed, and soon the kids were romping around in the upstairs kids' room of the Koi's home. They played cops, danced, and finished the night by watching a movie. At one point in the middle of the night, Carly's friend woke up the mom and told her that her stomach hurt and she wanted to go home. Without hesitation, Carly's mom arranged a ride for her, and soon the kid was back home. Unfortunately, the story doesn't end there. Only a couple of weeks later, on September 25th, 2001,
her stomach hurts, she wanna go home. Wonder why? I wonder why. Seems a little fishy there, buddy. Seems a little, disgusting. Why's your fucking stomach hurt, bro? That's my question. Why your stomach hurting, my nigga? If your stomach hurts, you use the restroom. No two nuts about, nigga. If her stomach hurts, she just use the restroom, you know what I'm saying? Push one out real quick with that, you know what I'm saying? Do number 2 real quick, you know what I'm saying? She said her stomach hurts, she wanna go home, nigga. Going home and stomach hurts?
Houston police showed up at SPM's Dope House Records headquarters once again and arrested Koi for sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl.
Hell no, bro.
While at first glance, the story seems to be innocent, it couldn't be more opposite. When the girl finally reached home, she told her mother a whole different story. According to her, while both children were watching television, Koi entered the room and joined them on the sofa. While they were sitting there, he started touching and rubbing the 9-year-old buttocks as she was laying on her stomach. The girl later testified that she became momentarily scared. Soon, girls were dancing at Koi's urging to Destiny's Child Survivor. After some time, the girls went to Koi's daughter's bedroom, climbed into bed, and began watching television there. After Koi's daughter fell asleep, the girl, who has a history of insomnia, was laying in bed, awake, when she suddenly noticed Koi in the doorway. He walked over to the bed, reached under the covers, and again, started to inappropriately touch her. Eventually, he hustled around the other side of the bed, knelt down, and began performing oral. The girl testified that Koi persisted in this conduct for approximately 1 minute after she went to the bathroom and claimed to have slobber all over her. She found Carly's mom and told her the lie about her stomach hurting and asked to be taken home. She found Carly's mom and told her the lie about her and claimed Koi persisted in this conduct for approximately 1 minute. The girl testified that Koi persisted in this knelt down of insomnia, was laying in bed, awake, when she the girl, who has a history of insomnia, was laying in bed, awake, when she suddenly noticed Koi in the doorway. He walked over to the bed, reached under the covers,
niggas gonna say that shit's fake, bro. She redacted her fucking. Why she redacted? Why? Cause someone told her to redact it, nigga. Someone told her to redact it so the mama could get paid. Cause the mama didn't give a fuck if it was real or not. She was gonna get a payday either way. But that girl's traumatized forever. Why would that girl say, "Oh, please take me home," if nothing was going on? If nothing really happened, why the fuck she want to go home? Talking about her stomach hurt, nigga. Man, stop fucking capping, bro. Give a fuck. Them niggas in the comments gonna go crazy over this. Give a fuck, man. Man, stop dick riding a nigga you don't fucking know, man. You don't know him for shit, and he don't know you for nothing. So why the fuck you owe his loyalty to him? Cause you don't know you for shit, nigga. You gotta take the facts as facts, nigga. If this shit wasn't true, why the fuck was she trying to go home, nigga? If nothing happened, why the fuck she want to go home? It's my question I keep asking. And there's no answers to the motherfucker because this shit sounds shady as shit. Either one, two things happen. That motherfucker did that shit. Or the motherfucker did that shit.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this. This world's fucking so fucked up. I'm done. Do what you want. Pull the plug. I'll kill you.
Cause ain't no other way. That girl wanted to go home, bro. She was having so much fun with her friends. Bro, she was having so much fun she wouldn't want to go home. Facts, nigga. She wouldn't want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Till the morning time and eat breakfast with her friends. But since something happened, something must have happened for everyone to leave. Facts, man. Something must have happened right there. And if you're still defending that man, you're a fucking pedophile too. You a weirdo. You are one of them boys. You a pedophile. You like diddling kids. You deserve to be inside Satan's hellhole. Right there with him. You need to start burning in hell with your ass, because that's disgusting.
Again, started to inappropriately touch her. Eventually, he hustled around the other side of the bed, knelt down, and began performing oral. The girl testified that Coy persisted in this conduct for approximately 1 minute after she went to the bathroom and claimed to have slobber all over her. She found Carly's mom and told her to lie about her stomach hurting and asked to be taken home. Mom, unknowingly, arranged a car ride for her with Carlos himself. While they were driving back home, he told her not to tell anybody about what happened, complimenting that she was a great dancer and saying that he was going to open up a dance studio, making her a big star. After they reached home, the girl ran inside, while Carlos had a couple of words with the girl's grandparents, once again complimenting her dancing abilities. The following morning, the girl informed her mother about what happened at Coy's house, and the authorities were contacted to investigate the incident. On September 25th, Carlos Coy was behind bars, charged with aggravated sexual assault of the 9-year-old girl. Remember the case where Carlos was declared the father of a child he had with a 13-year-old at the time? Well, during an investigation, Assistant District Attorney Denise Ongson said that police learned about that incident and added one more charge of aggravated sexual assault. Carlos Coy quickly posted a bail of $30,000 and began counteroffensive to the allegations that were up to the music scene as well as his personal life.
That's disgusting.
Some concert dates were cancelled, and Child Protective Service investigators temporarily banned him from contacting his own children. Around that time, rumors started to emerge that the 9-year-old's mother had put her up to say that she was assaulted because the mother had been scored by Coy after having an affair with him. The woman denied all the accusations. Baby Bash would also speak about this in the same interview with Vlad TV, claiming that while it was Coy's homeboy's wife, he didn't really care about it, and when they broke it off, she started blackmailing him. While awaiting trial, out on
See, I don't believe anything Baby Bash says. They get your credibility down the drain with that shit, cause you just spreading, you just saying rumors. Rumors, nigga.
Bond, Coy tried to get back to normal business at Dope House Records, but it once again didn't last long. Late on February 3rd, Coy left the company premise.
I don't give a fuck how petty you is. That girl would never do that type of shit because they know what type of stain that puts on a nigga's name. Once you labeled as a pedophile, there's no coming back from that, nigga. You gonna die in that cell, nigga. Niggas find out what kind of case you got. Oh yeah, you gonna be touched up in that cell. That boy gonna jam that shit in you, boy. You gonna feel that pressure, nigga. You gonna feel that heat inside you, boy. Pause, nigga. You gonna feel that heat inside you. Pause, nigga.
Climbed into a van with the homies and headed north to New Caney. There, they picked up 2 females who he said had been pestering him with phone calls saying that they were bisexuals who wanted to meet the rap star. They wound up at a cheap hotel on the North Freeway. Coy insisted that he gave the group $100 for them to eat at a nearby Mexican place while he napped in the motel room. He swore that he woke up and found one of the females in his bed, although claimed that nothing had happened for the hour they were alone. Her story, on the other hand,
how did she wake up in your bed? Don't make no sense, man. That shit don't add up, man. They called you talking about bisexual. He said, I'm finna give them. Why the fuck did you give your boys $100 to go eat somewhere? If you wasn't trying to do anything, man. You got caught up red-handed with your hand in the cookie jar. Goofy ass nigga, man. See, this is the part I didn't know about right here, neither. I didn't know this part right here. I knew about everything else. Except this right here. When he was out on bond and he was still doing this shit. He was out on bond for the fucking case. And he's still fucking with kids, man. No, man. After that, I'm like, yeah, this nigga is disgusting, man. After that, I'm like, yeah, you ain't learned your fucking lesson the first 2 times. Maybe 3rd time's a strike, asshole. Now you getting put back in that cell where you deserve, you fucking weirdo. Facts, man. I didn't know about this shit till I read it. Started reading that shit. I'm like, oh wow, this boy is a weirdo, man. Why would you do that? Boy said them girls was calling, talking about man, you didn't ask for no ID, nothing.
You got me now. You got me now. You got me now. Oh, you figured me out. You fucking income fucking poop. You figured me out. You got me red-handed. You got me red-handed.
I would've been like, man, fuck all that shit. Man, I'm gonna find me some grown-ass groupies. What the fuck? Why y'all come? How the fuck you get this number, man? I would've been like, how'd you get this fucking number? Hell no, man. This nigga said, fuck that. I'm trying to get my wet. Nasty
Different.
ass nigga, man.
She said that they started kissing, and after a while,
that boy's disgusting, man. He said, I'm trying to get my wet. You ain't get your wet enough, you fucking nasty ass bastard.
Coy took all of his clothes, and when he asked her to do the same, she complied. Then, they had sex. Aside from the conflicting stories, there was one big problem facing Coy, who was already awaiting trial on the earlier charges of sexually assaulting juveniles. These latest groupies were only 14 years old.
Man.
They decided to press charges, and on March 6, 2002, the Harris District Attorney's Office filed an additional sexual assault charge against Coy. His bond was revoked the next day, and he turned himself in on March 7. Coy's trial started on May 6, 2002. The sexual assault case of two 14-year-olds were quickly dismissed not long after the trial started. A court document showed that the girl's medical records.
Say this, I'm a nigga from Texas and I don't condone that shit, man. I don't give a fuck, man. SPM, you got some raw ass music. Your music forever gonna live on, but the shit you did as a human being forever gonna live on too, and that's gonna be a fucking travesty, man. That's just a devastation on your name. That's the shit on you and your kids' legacy, man. That shit is a stain, man. That shit forever gonna be there with your music, man. That shit forever gonna linger, nigga. Just like with your music. It's like what that R. Kelly shit, man. That shit gonna linger forever. Both sides gonna happen, nigga. You got both sides of the fucking fence. Evil incarnate, and you got the good ass music. What you want to pick? And forever, who fucking trying to hide that shit, man? That shit is nasty, bro. I don't like them chemos, man. I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all, bro. Oh, facts, man. I done had a cousin deal with that type of shit. I don't want to fuck with it, man. I'm too close to that type of shit. That's what I said. I don't want to fuck with that shit.
Time of the alleged sexual assault, and that Coy never had the disease. She also claimed that Coy didn't use protection during the sexual encounter, which ultimately contradicted the facts. Coy's lawyers also said in the document the girl had previously tried to extort him for money, been diagnosed as bipolar, and also been expelled from high school for repeated disciplinary violations. Despite beating some of the claims, there were more than enough girls whose testimonies couldn't be disputed.
Wow.
There was a total of 8 women who claimed that Coy had sexually assaulted them while they were underage. During the trial, one woman testified that she was 12 when she first had sex with Coy.
That don't work. There's no way out of this one. You're done.
Although she initially told the police she was 14, during her testimony, she changed her mind about the date. In answer to a question by Coy's attorney, Chip Lewis, the woman said she felt no animosity towards Coy after they stopped seeing each other. Another girl also testified that she had sex with Coy several times at the age of 14 at Dope House Records headquarters. All 8 victims showed the jury one thing, a pattern. All of the girls were underage, with one of them having his biological son.
Wow.
While the list of victims was lengthy, the main focus was still on the trial of a 9-year-old girl. There was no physical evidence, no DNA samples, or anything else to
niggas like this, why don't you just bust on a midget, bro? Why y'all doing all this, man? You got options out. You could have bust on a midget. You want to bust on kids, boy? You disgusting, man. Go get a midget, bro. Go get a, you know what I'm saying? Go get a girl that's, you know what I'm saying, little person, female, you know what I'm saying? But she grown though, you know what I mean? Get a grown ass little, you know what I'm saying? Get like a grown midget girl, you know what I'm saying? Grown midget girl. That shit sound crazy, knowing the grown midget girl. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you fuck with the midgets, man? Why don't you fuck with them shorties, man? Them dwarf girls. I don't know what you call them nowadays, man. Call them midgets. I don't know what's the terminology. You know, nowadays everything's different names and shit. Why don't you go fuck on that, nigga, instead of fucking on fucking little kids, boy? You disgusting ass boy. There's nothing defending that. I want to see it when you come home. I want to see all the dick riding ass nigga when you come home. My facts, son. I'm not rocking with this shit at all, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Like I said, your music forever gonna live on, but the shit you did as a human being gonna live on too. That shit disgusting, and we're not fucking with it, man. The music is good, nigga. Music stands on its own. The music ain't got nothing to do with the fuck you did. You make good ass music, but you also did some shitty ass things, man. As a human, man.
I can't believe you've done this. Oh, fuck.
Fuck no, man.
Independently linking him to sexual contact with the child, and the whole trial was based on her word against his. During her testimony, at one point, she didn't remember what happened and even said she could have dreamed Coy touching her inappropriately. She would later take back her words and say that the incident was real. The girl once again told the whole story from the start, even mentioning the small details like Coy complimenting her dancing abilities. The police officer Ruiz, who was first to interview the girl after the incident, also became a crucial part of the trial and testified that during an interview, the girl informed him that Coy touched her and licked her and even described the location on her body where he did it. Carlos maintained his innocence to all the accusations presented in the courtroom except the case of 13-year-old. The case with the 9-year-old is something I know I can get past and win. The case of the 13-year-old is not winnable because he's definitely my son. The jury took a couple of things in consideration when coming up to a conclusion. All 8 girls who testified during the trial were underage, ranging from 9 to 14 years old. They also used lyrics and his gangster rap persona against him, taking into account his often glorification of the grimiest of crimes. Then, there was also an interview with Houston Press from 1999, which I already mentioned in the beginning of the video, where he said, "One more year in high school and I would've went to jail for all of those little young." When asked about it during the trial, Coy simply responded, "I might have said that."
Huh? Right there, what he said years ago before he did all that, should have told you something, man.
Disputed his child, whom he had with a girl who was only 13 years old at the time. It didn't take a genius to come up with a link between all the evidence presented in the courtroom and SPM. After 7 hours of deliberation in the hotel room for 2 days, jurors came up with their verdict.
I guess you believe this. You are convinced you are a victim of your own celebrity in this situation. And if you were a plumber or a doctor or a priest or anything else but a rapper, you wouldn't be in this situation. Well, the fact is that there is only one victim in this case, and it is a 9-year-old girl. Now, that is reality, and you need to deal with it. All people in this state, in this county, in this city, and in this courtroom are equal in the eyes of the law. You've received a fair trial, you've received due process, and the jury has spoken. And it's time for you to face the music.
Go feel the music.
It is the order of this court that you be delivered to the Sheriff of Harris County and to the Director of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division, where they will carry out the jury's verdict for 45 years. At a $10,000 fine, will be given credit for your back time to see the bail.
Carlos Coy was sentenced to 45 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. His projected release date is set to April 8, 2047, with eligibility for parole on October 7, 2024.
Why, bro? That shit's very disappointing, man. Very disappointing, bro. Very disappointing, bro. All the great days gotta have some fucking nasty ass shit behind them, man. Jesus Christ, bro. But imagine if he didn't do that shit, man. His name would be gold right now, man. Your name would be gold in the rap legacy. But your name got shit stains all over it, man. No fucking way, man. Your name got shit all over it, bro. Your fucking music forever gonna be tied to that shit, bro. That shit's nasty, bro.
Life had to pay the price for me, got up on that mic. Got up on the smoke, never started every time, but I meditate. I was trying to find a way, he get the red pack. Niggas trying to pay us at us, but we not the same. Really cut from a different client, I know snake skin, this ain't no fake shit. Yeah, we searching for them better days. I was trying to find a way, he get the red pack. Niggas trying to pay us at us, but we not the same. Really cut from a different client, I know snake skin, this ain't no fake shit.